There was a time when you guys moved out of Vancouver, or was it only part of your family who moved out of Vancouver?
This story I like because I like to think that I am the only person whose family ran away from home. Because my father and mother, for whatever reason, they thought they'd leave Vancouver and go find jobs somewhere else. And I never ever lived with them again. And they left me with my sister, the older sister, who was working at the Canadian Linen Company on Richard Street and Nelson. And she's got me a job in there. So I, as a little, I think might have been 15 by then, I was working in the linen company.
And how old were you guys?
Well, she was, as I said, she was 19, maybe I was 14 by then. The manager, he says, Eva, you don't have a social and you don't have any, papers. Like, how come you're working? But then what happened is I had this young man that was a friend of my father's who kind of took me on, and he said, we're leaving Vancouver. He had another friend, and I said to my sister, you want to come along? And the four of us got in a car and went to Ontario.
Oh, wow. How long were you in Ontario for, and what did you do there?
I got married there at 16 to the young man, and she got married to that other, gentleman in trouble.
Oh, wait. Let's go back there. So your parents left you by yourselves in Vancouver and moved to Kelowna.
No, they moved to 100 Mile House or some
Okay,
place.
they moved somewhere. They ran away,
Gone.
left you and your older sister. You were a teenager, and then these two guys approached you ladies and took you both to Ontario, and they married.
No, he was a friend of my father's.
Okay.
He was a friend of my father. He started dating me already, yes.
Hey, you were 16.
When I got married, yes.
How old was Bill?
He was 23.
Okay, fairly young.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
I think, we were married 16 years, and I think I drove him to drink, and then I left him.